All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachak Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. Salakia, just make sure this is set up real quick. All right. Basically, as you can see in the title, it says what? The wine, the king, or the woman. Okay, and this is from the book of First Esdras, the third chapter. All right, and I'm just gonna start at the 10th verse. Okay, and I'll just go through it. All right, and whatever the spirit hits me with, I'll go from there. Okay, but basically, the question is, which is the strongest? Okay, the wine, the woman, or the king? Okay, which I'll give you the answer right now. The answer which we're gonna get. Matter of fact, we'll go through it, and then the scripture will tell you what the answer is at the end anyway. All right, so I'm gonna start off. This is First Esdras, and whatever precepts come to me, all right, as I'm speaking, I'll Lord willing, I'll get it, all right, through the Spirit. So this is First Esdras chapter 3, verse 10. It says, the first wrote, all right, because a little bit of context, what was going on was you had these three men who basically they were basically saying, okay, what is the strongest, who is the strongest, or what is the strongest? All right, as in when the king was to hear that, he was supposed to reward whoever had the wisest saying. Okay, so it says the first wrote, wine is the strongest. The second wrote, the king is the strongest. The third wrote, women are the strongest, or women are strongest. But above all things, truth beareth away the victory. Okay, and that's the key right there, man. Women, he said, women are strongest, but above all things, truth beareth away the victory. All right. So it says, now when the king was risen up, they took their writings and delivered them unto him, and so he read them. And sending forth, he called all the princes of Persia and Media and the governors, because this was Darius. All right. It says, and the governors and the captains and the lieutenants and the chief officers, and sat him down in the royal seat of judgment, and the writings were read before them. So everybody was there. They had the whole crowd, because they were like, all right, let's hear what this is. Okay, so now that it's about it, they're gonna ask them to expound on what it is that they meant by that. So it says, and he said, call the young men, and they shall declare their own sentences. So they were called and came in. And he said unto them, declare unto us your mind concerning the writings. Then began the first, who had spoken of the strength of wine. And he said thus, O ye men, how exceeding strong is wine! It causeth all men to err that drink it. All right, because keep in mind, when you drink wine, okay, you get into you're basically, you can say your true spirit comes out. Okay, but you're not in the state, all right, in the state of mind that you're normally in. Okay, because now your body's under a different condition. Okay, you might have slurred vision or whatever the case may be. All right, and you'll say you just start talking. Okay, but it says it causes all men to err that drink it, because regardless of who you are, once you get drunk, you're not gonna act the same way that you act when you're not drunk. Okay, and oftentimes you have people who get too drunk. And guess what? They start doing stupid things. All right. So it says, it maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be all one. Okay. Now, what is a fatherless child? A fatherless child is what? An orphan. Okay. A fatherless child is a child that was raised without discipline. A child that was raised without manners. Okay. So that child is what? Out of order. Okay. So when the king, like it says here, the wine, what? It maketh the mind of the king and of the fatherless child to be one. Because let's say the king gets drunk, guess what? He'll end up doing something that even a fatherless child would do. All right, whatever the case may be, something that in his normal state of mind he wouldn't do. Because of the wine, he'd end up doing something that even a little child, an undisciplined orphan, would do. Okay, so it says, of the bondman and of the free man, of the poor man and of the rich, it turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth. Okay, now let's look up jollity. or jollity, whatever. Um, jollity. All right. It says here, lively and cheerful activity or celebration, the quality of being cheerful. Because at what kind of events why do people drink? People drink to celebrate. Okay, people drink to boost up their spirits. So when you go to parties, that's where you find drinks. That's where you find wine. When you go to events, all right, that's where you find that. And once people get drunk, then they start dancing, they start singing, they start doing all these different things because what? It cheereth up the countenance. All right. Now, real quick, there's a precept, all right, that talks about that. While this loads up, let me see if I actually remember it. Man. All right, this thing is. Let's look it up on my phone now because this thing is taking a long time. Salakia, I'm just trying to find this precept real quick. All right, those in the book of Ecclesiasticus. All right. All right. There it is. So this is Ecclesiasticus chapter 31, verse 27. All right. It says, let me just pull it up on here in the book itself. 31, verse 27. It says, wine is as good as life to a man, if it be drunk moderately. What life is then to a man that is without wine? For it was made to make men glad. All right. So going back to First Esdras, all right, in verse 20, it says what? It turneth also every thought into jollity and mirth, laughter. Okay. So that a man remembereth neither sorrow nor debt. Why? Because now his that's why people there's that saying to you can't drink your problems away. Okay, because what happens when you're drunk? Your mind is off of your stress. Okay, your heart is cheerful. Okay, that's why once again people drink. All right, on occasions of occasions of fun occasions. Okay, it says here, and verse 21, and it maketh every heart rich, your mind, so that a man remembereth neither king nor governor, and it maketh to speak all things by talents. Okay, because how do you really get something out of somebody, man? If you get somebody drunk, you get them talking, they'll start saying things that they might have normally reserved or kept to themselves. But why? Because they're drunk, they're just gonna start talking. Okay, and oftentimes when people are drunk, they don't regard who they're talking to. Okay, so that's why it says here, a man remembereth neither king nor governor. So verse 22, and when they are in their cups, they forget their love, both to friends and brethren, and a little after draw out swords. Okay, and that's why you might have in a bar, oftentimes you have what? Bar fights, because people get drunk, all right, and then they get ticked off, they start acting stupid, and so at the end of it all, they'll say, damn, man, I'm sorry, man, I was drunk. They'll blame it on the wine, all right, or the alcohol. It says, but when they are from the wine, they remember not what they have done. Okay, Shalom, brother. They remember not what they have done. Damn, yo, I got this mean ass hangover, man. Damn, yo, I can't even remember what happened last night. You seen some strange text on your phone. You're like, what the hell? Who the hell is this? You clicking on the profile. You're like, oh, nah, why is she texting me like this? Who the hell is this? I don't remember that. Because what? You were drunk. Hence people doing that. That's why people have one night stands and they do all these different things. Some people they end up somewhere they don't even know where they at. Okay, so then they wake up the next day and they're like, oh shoot, I actually did all that. You might be watching yourself on video, looking at how you were the previous day when you were drunk. You're like, what? That's me? I did that? Because you don't remember. You were drunk. You were in that state of mind. All right, and so the first guy's argument is that's the power, okay, of wine, all right, that it can cause a man to do all these different things and not even remember it, all right. It can cause a king to commit actions that are of a unfathered a child, man, okay. It can cause even friends to fight. So it says, O ye men, is not wine the strongest that enforceth to do thus? And when he had so spoken, he held his peace. So he's saying, regardless of who you are, once that wine takes over, it's over, man. It got you. Okay. So chapter 4, verse 1. Then the second that had spoken of the strength of the king, all right, began to say, O ye men, do not men excel in strength that bear rule over the sea and land and all things in them? But yet the king is more mighty. The king is more mighty, for he is Lord above all these things, and hath dominion over them. And whatsoever he commandeth them, they do. If he bid them make war the one against the other, they do it. You know, here it is. What's that? Okay. In vino veritas. All right. In wine lies the truth. This is because people's true colors show. That's right, brother. All right. Yeah. Okay. And yep. The wine brings out your true colors. Hey, here it is. You get an Edomite drunk. You're gonna see why they're the Edomites. All right. We'll just keep it at that. So it says, Shalom. It says, verse 4, if he bid them make war the one against the other, they do it. So here it is. Even if you don't want to go to war, even if you in that state of like, you're as a subordinate to the king, whatever he says to do, you do it. Even if you don't think the decision of the king is wise, what's the most you can do? Especially if you're a soldier, you can't say nothing, man. Okay, you can't say nothing. Look at the military. All right, when they go and they're giving orders, if they order you, yo, shoot that child right there. Maybe they're in the Middle East or whatever the case may be. Yo, shoot that child right there, man. It's orders, and they're like, oh, I'm sorry, man. What's the saying they say? I'm just following protocol. Okay, meaning you're doing what you've been ordered to do, man. So going on, it says, if he send them out against the enemies, they go and break down mountains, walls, and towers. They slay and are slain, and transgress not the king's commandment. All right. So they'll do whatever. Listen, man. If the king gave the commandment, they'll do it. Hey, an example would be King David. When he was thirsty, what did they do, man? Those men risked their lives, man. Broke through the garrison of the Philistines to go get him water because he was thirsty. Okay. Here it is. A king might give a decree, all right, but hey, the people might be like, nah, yo, that's not even a good idea. But what? The king said it, so they follow the orders, man. All right. So it says, they slay and are slain. All right. People risk their lives. They put their lives on the line. Okay. And transgress not the king's commandment. If they get the victory, they bring all to the king, as well the spoil as all things else. Because what happens, man? Now there's times when a king will say, yo, we're declaring war, we're gonna go to war. Most of the time, who's fighting? The soldiers, right? But who really gets the victory? Who's feared? The king is feared. All right. The king is the one who's the main character. Okay. And what he says, guess what? At the end of the day, they do all that work, but who do they report back to? Okay, they find all these different spoils and all these things. Who do they bring it back to? They bring it back to the king. All right. So going on, it says, likewise, for those that are no soldiers and have not to do with wars, but use husbandry, they when they have reaped again that which they had sown, they bring it to the king and compel one another to pay tribute unto the king. And yet he is but one man. If he command to kill, they kill. If he command to spare, they spare. So basically, he's on that sense, he has the power, all right, of your life, man. If he tells you not put him to death, that's it. Your life is done. If he tells you not spare his life, man, your life is saved. Hey, an example would be in the book of Esther. King Ahasuerus, okay, or Xerxes, guess what? In his hall, he had to give you permission. If you came in there without being called, and he didn't give you that permission to, I believe, what touch the his scepter, all right, the top of it, man, you were put to death. Just like that. You make a wrong move, you slip up, and you end up in there, man, you're done. You're cooked, you're roasted, toasted. All right. So it says, if he command to smite, they smite. If he command to make desolate, they make desolate. If he command to build, they build. Example being, what's his name? Caligula. Okay. Caligula was psycho. Okay. Which the word Caligula means what? Little boots. But he made his horse, I believe, what, a consul. All right. Or something of that sort. But that's basically somebody on a high level, man. His horse. But what? He was king. Okay. He was an emperor. He was a Caesar. Okay. So because of that, he had the power to do so, and people would just be like, "Yo, man, this guy's crazy." But what can we really do? He's the man in charge. All right. Going on. It says, if he command to cut down, they cut down. If he command to plant, they plant. So all his people and his armies obey him. Furthermore, he lieth down, he eateth and drinketh, and taketh his rest. And these keep watch round about him. Neither may any one depart to do his own business, neither disobey they him in anything. Okay? O ye men, how should not the king be mightiest, when in such sort he is obeyed? And he held his tongue. So that was the second man's point. He said, all right, I said my piece. So now this is the third one, who said women are the strongest, but keep in mind, he said, but the truth beareth away the victory. So it says here, and the third, who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them? Are they not women? Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. Ooh. All right. It says, these also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yea, if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, they do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? Now, there's a precept, all right, while we're on the subject, okay, of the power of women, and that's why the scriptures say, give not your power or your strength unto women, because they will destroy you. Okay, they will come into your life, take over that joint, and they will ruin your life, man. I believe it's Proverbs. Is it 30? Or 6. All right, but it's basically going into, it says, what? By means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Okay. I know it's in here somewhere. Salakia, let me see if I can find this real quick. Yep, there it is. Proverbs chapter 6. I'll start at verse 23. For the commandment is a lamp, and the law is light. Okay, and what is light? Light is for direction. Light is for you to see where you can go, so you can discern from going down the right path or the wrong path. Okay, without light, you're not going to know where you're going. Okay, and that is what the scripture here is comparing the commandments or the law, all right, to, because the law is what will help you see, all right, what this world really is. The law is what will help you stay away from what you're supposed to stay away from. The law is what shows you what's right and wrong, all right, just like light shows you what's really going on in front of you. So it says, and reproofs of instruction are the way of life, all right, to keep thee from the evil woman, from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Okay, listen, man. man. And I'm not even gonna get into it about these women because we'll be here for hours, we'll be here for days, maybe. All right, because you know what it is, man. You guys already know what it is when it comes to women. All right, now, and that's for the majority, all right, of these wicked women out here. Because yeah, you do have women that had integrity in the scriptures. Okay, you do have women, some sisters that listen and all that. But that's why it mentioned here the evil woman. Okay, it says from the flattery of the tongue of a strange woman. Okay, because let them get into your ears, man. You're done. You are cooked. Okay, because listen, man, once they get talking and you start listening, you're done, man. You start giving your power onto them, you're done. Going on, it says, lust not after her beauty in thine heart, meaning in your mind. Neither let her take thee with her eyelids. Okay? A woman will give you a certain kind of look, you know. She'll dress a certain kind of way, she'll wear certain kind of clothes, you know. Here it is, she might stand up in front of you, stomp her feet, wearing some crazy sweatpants. You seen things jiggling all in your face. Now you lusting after her beauty in your mind. Like, God damn, man. She might look back at you, knowing what she did on purpose. Hey, man, listen, man. These women calculate everything they do. Okay, they know exactly what they're doing. Don't give them the benefit of, oh, nah, maybe she don't know. No, 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 no. They know exactly what they're doing, man. Okay, they know how to make you think certain things. All of that, man. All right, but that's a topic for another time. So it says, for by means of a whorish woman, a man is brought to a piece of bread. Okay, because what do whores do? Whores go around and cheat. And what happens when a man finds out his woman is cheating? The woman he put on such a high pedestal that she can never do any wrong. Now he gets heartbroken. Now what happens when these dudes get heartbroken, man? Their whole life shatters. Why? Because their whole life was the woman. So now that she's gone, they don't have anything. Now they're like, damn, yo, she really cheated, yo. She's gone, yo. I don't know what to do. They're crying, they drinking, all these different things. But that's because your whole life revolved around a woman. And the scriptures tell you the characteristics of them. So why the hell is your life revolved? No. She's tagging along for the ride. So if she decides to go, you on the journey. All right. If she falls off, of course she falls off. Your mind is here, man. She's behind you. All right. She's behind you. If you check she's not there, cool. That's it. I'm keeping pushing. You check she's there, cool. She's still there. I'm still going. Okay. It says, and the adulterers will hunt for the precious life, man, because that's what they do. They see you, they see potential, they hunt your ass. Okay, because they want to come, they want to see what you're about. They want their curiosity is kicking. Now they're like, all right, let me see what can he do for me. Does he look good? Does he smart? What are his benefits that I can take, that I can use? Some women will just be with you just because they want to look good. He looks good, so if I'm with him and I'm posting pictures and stuff, I'm gonna get clout. I'm gonna get compliments because they're gonna be like, damn, yo, how you bagged him, or how you got him to be a mess because he's making me look good because he looks good. So back to First Esdras. It says here, all right, chapter 4, verse 18. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing, do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty? And letting all those things go, do they not gape? And even, let me see something real quick. Okay, so the word gape here says to be or become wide open. All right, a wide opening, a gape of the jaws. Ooh. All right. So now let's read that again. It says, and letting all those things go, do they not gape? And even with open mouth, fix their eyes fast on her. And you've seen that. They show it in movies, they show it in real life. Shorty walks by with a crazy behind. You like, damn, dudes is like, oh, damn. You got dudes walking this way. Next thing you know, they're walking that way. Dude is walking, he turns around, he gets smacked in the face with a pole because he saw his eyes are what? Like it says here, his eyes are fast on her. Okay, he fastened his eyes on her. His eyes are locked onto that. He's looking at every step she's taking. Every which way them cheeks are bouncing. That's what he's looking at. Next broken, no, that's right. You got dudes walking this way, a car's about to hit them, and they still looking this way, man. And why is the car about to hit them? Because the driver's also looking that way. You know, so it's chaos, man. Okay, but they know exactly what they're doing because they know if they dress like that, you're gonna look. Oh damn, they know that. Okay, here it is. They're facing one way. They see you coming, they turn around and face the other way. So now their back is facing you. For what? You know, like I said, it's all calculated, man. Oh, they know, they know. Just because they don't say anything doesn't mean they don't know, man. So continuing, it says, and letting all those things go, do they not gape, and even with open mouth fix their eyes fast on her? And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever? Okay, because that's what it is, man. Dudes be out here like, yo, dudes will kill over a woman, man. Like, yeah, yo, that's what's up. Because here it is, you got all this bread and all that, but when the woman comes into your life, you start giving her all that. Why? Because you want her in return. You know, it's not, if you got a bad shorty, you ain't giving her up for the opposite. You giving the opposite up for her. Okay. So it says, more desire unto her than unto silver or gold or any goodly thing whatsoever. Because what is one of the most pleasurable things, all right, under society? The act of sex. All right, one of the most pleasurable things on earth, the act of sex. Okay, and when a man and woman come together, that's what happens. All right, oftentimes. Okay, it says a man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. Okay, because at some point, what are you gonna do? You're gonna move out. You ain't gonna be living by yourself. You're gonna move out, and eventually, you're gonna find a wife, and you're gonna start living together and start a family, right? Cool. It says he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth not. Yeah, he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father nor mother nor country. Okay, here it is, dudes, yo, man, dudes will move out, move to a different state. Here it is, you got dudes who will buy a plane ticket to a whole different country just for some cheeks. You know, Shorty said she got the free crib. Dude is buying a thousand, knowing damn well he got $500 in his account. He's buying $1,000 ticket to go to Japan or wherever he's going to go get some cheeks, man. He's gonna go beat cheeks and then and then he's gonna come back and be in debt. You know, it says, but by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Ooh, precept. All right, it tells you that in the book of Isaiah, especially in this society today, man. Ooh. And that's why when you're able to disregard that, okay, when you're able to set your mind straight and focus, all right, and not regard these women, you have power, man. You have power, okay? Because that's something that not a lot of people are able to do. Very few people are able to do that, man. Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. Because Jake loves mass, man. All right? Jake loves that. It says, O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err and destroy the ways of thy path, man. And if you got a woman leading you, yes, she's going to use you for her benefit. And then what? When you're not useful anymore, she's going to keep it pushing. Okay? That's it. Now, wherever you end up, sorry. You know, she moving on to the next guy. Continuing. It says, by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman? You got dudes who, before the girl even asks, they already doing all these things, man. They bringing it to her. You know, you got perfect example is the social media nowadays. Do you know how much? That's why these women are so proud, because it has given them the false mindset that they're on some high seat. Why? Because you got dudes in their DMs talking about, yo, send me feet pics and I'll pay for your trip to Dubai. I'll send you $1,000. You know, talk to me crazy on the phone, and, and I'll send you some bread. All of these things. Some of them just be like, yo, you look good. Here's take this, and that's giving them power, because now they have power over you. If they were to tell you, yo, do this, gonna do it. Because he thinks in his mind, if I do it and she's happy, maybe I could slip in there real quick. It says, yea, a man taketh his sword and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness. And when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love. All right. Yes, a woman will have you go and kill somebody. A woman have you set somebody up. Here it is, the things you wouldn't even do for yourself, you find yourself doing for her. Now she got you with a skirt on cooking. How the hell does that work? The scriptures tell you they're the weaker vessel, but you got her controlling you, putting you on a spiritual leash, dragging you around, telling you, no, you do this, no, you do it that way. But you know how they do it too? They do it deceptively, because some of them, they're not gonna come on some, yo, do this, yo, I'm telling you, do it. Nah. They're gonna come on some, babe, but no, babe, I don't want that. No, babe, let's do it this way. Their little light, soft voice, sweet talk start touching you, and they don't stop there. They just keep on going. They keep giving you points. You say something, they say something right back. They test your reaction, then they give you something like that. They throwing curveballs left and right, trying to pick your brain, trying to see what works and what doesn't work, trying to see how far they can take it. Do they need to cry a little? Do they need to ignore you? Do they need to act like they're mad at you? Do they need to, all these different things to get you to do something that you wouldn't normally do? Go to ask a lot of people who were in jail, man. Ask them how they got there, man. A lot of people got in jail over a woman, man. Okay, because a woman got them into some shit. A wicked woman. It says, wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women and become servants for their sakes, man. Okay, they become servants for their sakes. She says this, you own it. She says, come here, you there. She says, do this, you doing it. And sometimes you might not even realize it. You think, oh, I'm just being cordial. I'm just no, you're not. So long as she's benefiting, you're that she's keeping you around, and she'll have you on a leash and deceive you thinking you got her on a leash. Okay, and they're fine with that so long as you don't even realize what's going on. You in the sunken place, but you don't even see what's going on, man. It says, and then somebody tries to tell you, you ain't even trying to hear that. It says, many also have perished, have erred and sinned for women. And now do ye not believe me? Is not the king great in his power? Do not all regions fear to touch him? Yet did I see him and Apame, the king's concubine, the daughter of the admirable Bardicus, sitting at the right hand of the king, and taking the crown from the king's head and setting it upon her own head. She also struck the king with her left hand. Wow. And yet for all this the king gaped and gazed upon her with open mouth. If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. But if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter, that she might be reconciled to him again. You see this? So the king is also powerful, but here it is, you got his woman or his concubine treated him like crap because he's trying to please her. She got him all messed up. She got him tied around her finger. So here it is, this all-powerful king who, because when you see him, he's giving you orders. He's telling you, yo, do this. You're not talking back to him. But hold up, how the hell is a woman that's weaker than you got him all messed up? You like, wait, tell me, she just slapped the king? She just slapped the king. And he's laughing about it. She's upset, and all you see him is, yo, nah, why you upset though? Nah, come here. Yo, let me talk to you. She's walking away, he's right behind her. Come on, don't do this. Yo, we in public right now. Yo, stop, yo. All right, what you want? I got you. What? But that's a king. Hold up. How? When you see this guy, all right, and she's not around, he's the meanest, strictest dude giving you orders left and right. But he got his shorty around, and now he turned into a little effeminate girl, man. It says she struck him with her left hand. And if she laughs, he laughs. So you see how when you, all right, are able to take your power back, here it is, you're stronger than any, because you have the mental strength, man. You are able to discipline yourself, something that even a king couldn't do. All right. Hell, you had what was her name, Bathsheba, caused the King David to go off, a man after the Most High's heart. He knew, all right, he knew what he was doing, but because of a woman, he still did it. You see. So Zerubbabel, all right, continuing to say, all right, verse 32, O ye men, how can it be but women should be strong, seeing they do thus? And the king and the princes looked one upon another, like, yo, you hear this guy, man? She. So it says, one upon another, so he began to speak of the truth. They're like, damn, man, like, I mean, he ain't lying, like, shit, he's on point. You know, like, what can I say? He's on point. It says, O ye men, are not women strong? Great is the earth, high is the heaven, swift is the sun in his course. For he compasseth the heavens round about, and fetcheth his course again to his own place in one day. Yes, the sun, it rises and it sets in the same thing. When it rises from the east, it goes and sets, and it rises again. Okay? So going on, it says, is he not great that maketh these things? Therefore, great is the truth, and stronger than all things. All the earth calleth upon the truth, and the heaven blesseth it. All works shake and tremble at it, and with it no unrighteous thing. And with it is no unrighteous thing. Wine is wicked, the king is wicked. Women are wicked, oh hell yeah. All the children of men are wicked, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also shall they perish. Because guess what? Why do you perish? All right. As Israelites, for example, why do we die? Because we sin. Okay. Why sin? What is the wages of sin? The wages of sin is death. Women die. Okay. Kings die. All right. Wine without us, where's wine? Okay. But above all these things, they all suffer the same fate of what? Death, of mortality. Okay, but what is the one thing that defeats all of that? What is the one thing that can defeat something that the king couldn't defeat, something that women couldn't defeat, something that wine couldn't defeat? Because you could get drunk, but you still die. You could be a king and you still die. You could be a woman and you still die. But what is the one thing that can give you the escape from death? That is the truth. The truth is what will give you what? Everlasting life. Because the truth is what will lead you to that salvation. It's because the Lord is going to put the full 100% truth in us that we're not going to die anymore. Okay? So all these things have that one thing in common, which is what? Death. But what is the one thing death cannot prevail over? The truth. Okay? It says, verse 38, and I'm almost done with it. It says, as for the truth, it endureth and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore. With her there is no accepting of persons or rewards, but she doeth the things that are just, and refraineth from all unjust and wicked things, and all men do well like of her works. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the power of truth. Okay, and I'm going to read that 40th verse again. Neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness. Why? Because she, when you have the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, all right, the truth, you judge righteous judgment. Okay, you become a righteous judge. Why? Because you judge according to the truth. You judge according to the scriptures. Okay, so neither in her judgment is any unrighteousness, and she is the strength, kingdom, power, and majesty of all ages. Blessed be the power of truth. Blessed be Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because our ticket out of here is the truth. Our way to coming back to life is the truth. Our way to be immortal is the truth. Our way to gain the kingdom is the truth. Our way to spiritual power is the truth. Our way to getting whatever we want is the truth. Okay? So the wine, the king, the women, above all is the truth. All right. I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, this was edifying unto the elect. Until next time, Shalom.